6 in the morning, we're all here bright and chirpy and jumping around because, why? I mean, because elections equals CNN News 18. Yes. This is what it comes down to, Anand.
Let's also hope that we end the day bright and chirpy and it's not marred by kind of violence and a certain level of electoral denialism that's being indicated by certain sections who believe that the right of the Janta has been snatched away by the EVM and the EVM is the one that is going to vote in a particular direction. Ladies and gentlemen, as we say good morning to all of you, look at the scoreboard and the BJP already starts with one on the board. There is a reason why they start with this because of what happened in Surat, and that was a no contest and the seat went directly to the BJP candidate. Now, is it going to be a no contest overall? The voter has already decided, the counting will decide, but Rahul Shivshankar, what are you expecting today?
Well, I'm expecting, look, let's not undervalue the moment. Let's live it, because if you go by what the exit polls suggest, Mr. Modi will be back for a third term. Now, this is going to be an historic turn. He used the word red letter day. I think this is going to be a tryst with another kind of destiny. The Prime Minister will be the first across 3 generations to have been returned by Indians for a third consecutive term. The last time this happened was 62 years ago in 1962, which was Jawaharlal Nehru. And let's be honest, Mr. Nehru was running a one-horse race. In those days, democracy wasn't as deep or as perhaps
Participative.
Yeah,
Participative, spread out also.
As spread out in breadth as it is today. The Indian voter today is maturer. Democracy is maturer. We have so many different moving parts that make up our nation. I think it's a beautiful day. And I'll tell you, I'm going to use the word if with a small I, because the exit polls, especially the CNN News 18 exit poll, I think has pretty much settled this debate. Yes, you can have a few variations in the final outcome, but I think the general direction is pretty pre-decided, and we are going to see history. So let's not get lost, in the narrow sort of,
the argument is still out there, the jury is still out there, but many would believe you're not so old, but you still read the political history. If Prime Minister Narendra Modi wins by the numbers that we have projected here at the News 18 exit poll, he will also be the first Prime Minister to come back with 3 terms with an incremental majority with each time. It's never happened in Indian democracy that a Prime Minister has returned with an incremental number, 282, 303 and now 310. So it's incremental number for a party, and 3-time return, he may equal or he may repeat what Jawaharlal Nehru has done back in the 60s.
Numbers matter,
but his numbers were not
Modi
incremental.
Here. Let's be honest, I think Payal and will tell us, because she interviewed him, and I'm sure the quality of the BJP's victory will be very important for the Prime Minister and for the BJP top leadership to go out there and say, look, we stand vindicated, our model. Remember, there are 2 different models at work. There is an Nehruvian consensus, and now there is what is known as the transformational Modi model, right? And that's the real pivotal clash here. This is between 2 models. One person gave us our freedom so that we could determine our destiny. That was Mr. Nehru. And of course, the Prime Minister is trying to tell us that that destiny is being shaped by him so that we can deliver to ourselves an ultimate goal that we had imagined in 1947 on the 15th of August.
So, a developed nation 100 years from our independence.
Absolutely. That's the thing. This is a clash between 2 ideas. And Modi, if he wins this, look at how Nehru was mythicized. For 75 years, we still look at Mr. Nehru. Obviously, the man gave us our freedom. He shaped the idea of India in a particular context. But Modi is not doing anything less. He's also shaping the idea of Bharat in a very different paradigm from Mr. Modi. Of course, some people will say that that paradigm, has been pullulated by religion, this, that, the other. But fundamentally, the people, if they do today, by 9:30, 10, we will know if they repose faith in that idea.
Whether we'll know by 9:30, 10 is still up in the air. It may be a little later than that. We're not going to rush into anything, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to wait for the numbers to settle and come through. And we'll also take you through why the most consolidated and accurate numbers will be here on the News 18 network, here on CNN News 18, because of the live result hub. We'll show you what we've prepared there. And this is something that we've practiced time and on. And that's why you would see the most accurate numbers. But Pallavi and Payal, the 2 of you interacted with the Prime Minister in different scenarios. Right in the thick of a roadshow, and then you, in a collective, Payal, when you spoke to him in his office. Tell us, what do you think, what did you get as a sense? What was driving the Prime Minister and what did you think on ground?
Look, the Prime Minister began the challenger as far as the opposition was concerned, first by saying that we'll score 400. So obviously there was pressure which was mounting on the opposition. And the Prime Minister relentlessly campaigned through the entire election. He gave 80 plus interviews, including 5 interviews to Network 18 as well. That kind of tells you that he's leading the way as far as the BJP is really concerned. That's the big takeaway to take as far as him is concerned. We met him, Rahul and Zakka, at about 10 o'clock in the night. Before he met us, he had done 4 interviews, he had done 4 rallies and had come. But you couldn't really make out that if he was tired or anything of that sort. It clearly tells you what is there in his mind. He's already speaking about the first 100 days. He's already started taking these review meetings, which means he's leaps and bounds ahead of what the others and the opposition especially.
So he's already thinking ahead. Kolkata, and I'm going back to that, Bengal could be one of the stories to speak about in this election, along with Odisha and perhaps even Maharashtra. What is the sense that you got when you saw him in the thick of all the action, Pallavi?
It's even more of a challenging fight when the chip seems to be against you, because I saw this happening. I had to wait for around 4.5 hours for him to reach in the roadshow, and I was a little shocked because no security. There was no, I remember I saw the SPG was kind of running around and they were trying to get, they were getting zero cooperation from the ground. I mean, right in front of me, I saw packets and packets of garlands and flowers, and they were not even being screened, frisked. There was no scanning machine. It's a huge security hazard. And I remember I was speaking to one of those volunteers of the BJP there, and they were saying that from the start, we felt that animosity. Elections come and go. And when we go to a state where we may not be in power or where we don't have that many numbers, but we see a cooperation on the ground, because after all, he's the Prime Minister of the country. In here, I actually started believing this when the BJP started saying that we don't have the administration even ready to cooperate with us. I saw it happen right in front of me. The Kolkata police and the local administration, zero cooperation happening. It was a security hazard. And of course, I saw him after his long road show. He had done 2-3 rallies that day, Jadavpur and, in Odisha and all. Of course, tired. Kolkata is less temperature, was humid, so it's horrible. Huge crowds, and that was through Shambazar, which has also that kind of large number of traders and which the BJP hopes to do well. It's crowded, it was humid, but that enthusiasm was obviously very much there among the workers. And also very quickly, the crowd was organic. It was not like they were brought in and, party workers. Actually, there was a lot of crowd which was very, very organic, who were like preening to have a look at the Prime Minister and, taking a selfie if it's possible.
No, both of you. What is the mood in the other side, in the other camp? What is the mood in the Congress? No, in the Congress. In the Congress.
Yeah, in the Congress.
In the Congress.
The other side in Bengal.
No. The other side nationally. This is the national election.
Being the insider.
No,
being the insider.
Not just the insider. Actually, decade and a half you've covered the Congress. You know the Congress highest echelons also. You had access to them. And that's the reason why I think Zakka... No, and both of you, between you and Payal, both of you know cross-party leaders across the board. What's been the difference, as Zakka was asking? What's the mood there?
Anand, I've never seen Rahul Gandhi this angry. And I've never seen him this... It's like a personal fight he has against the media and the institutions, I mean, you lose and win elections. It's, I think, more important than being a good winner, you also have to be a more graceful loser. So if you are presuming that exit polls are going correct and Congress is not going to do well, look at the plans, look at the kind of talks they are doing. Ki hum jayenge, the whole night sitting outside, we know hum protest karenge. So their mood is very much that create a little bit of hangama and try to make it out to be an election where the entire institution has ganged up to ensure the BJP wins and the Congress loses. This is not the entire Congress. A large chunk of Congress leaders are very uncomfortable with this kind of a language. Chamcha, Chamchi and Sidhu Moosewala and saying that this is a Modi poll. So it's Rahul Gandhi's election. I mean, whether they like it or not, they have themselves made it about Rahul versus Modi. So it's going to be a huge, I don't know if he's going to take the responsibility. He doesn't have the power this time around.
The whole of BJP, especially 4 union ministers, called me today and asked me to find out where did they come up with the 295 numbers from and what was the Sidhu Moosewala reference.
They should have watched our channel yesterday. We gave out they have this exit poll called a Apana or People's Exit Poll. 40 seats in UP, 5 in Gujarat, 4 in Delhi, 30 in Karnataka. I'm just rattling off a few of them. 7 in Punjab. That's the kind of figures the Congress has given for
There aren't even 30 seats in Karnataka. So I'm just...
40 in UP.